And we're rolling. We are back from our break, and we are with our running buddy, registered nurse Yvonne Redwood. Yvonne, in the break segment, you and I were talking about why people are not as receptive to holistic healthcare and medicine as they should be. What do you think some of the reasons are?
Well, this is a good question, because for me, being in the health field and seeing how people in general are so chronic, has these chronic conditions, I had to ask myself, well, what is the issue? What is the issue? And I realized from birth, the first thing we do is that someone takes us to a doctor, a nurse, and so we grow up with that. You know, every time something happens, okay, you have to go see your doctor, you have to go see your doctor. And then I realized, think in terms of duck. As soon as it hatches, the little ducklings, whoever's in front of them, that image is imprinted on their brain. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing in the health field, in which we are imprinted that anytime something happens to us, we must go see the doctor. And so what happens is, when someone else comes along with something alternative, then right away it becomes warning, 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 warning. The brain is not so receptive to it. And it makes a difference, because some people who come from the South or people who come from the Caribbean are more aware of plants, roots, herbs, and things like that. So they tend to be a little more open. The older generation, well, the younger generation, haven't been exposed to that. So that's the issue, this imprinting. And then it's reinforced with things on television about the medication, go see your doctor, even with all the side effects. And even if the side effect is death, they still recommend it. So that's what I see the issue is.
Tell me a little bit about the book. Is it called Fire Your MD?
Oh yes, there is a book called Fire MD. There's information on Fire MD, and Dr. Peter Glidden talks about all the different kind of issues that this healthcare system has, and in it he talks about why you should fire your MD, because the bottom line is that yes, we all have chronic conditions, but the chronic conditions are as such that we just get worse and worse and worse. The medications are acidic over a period of time. They don't tell you that if you deal with the deficiency itself through a scientific medical nutrition, it will resolve itself. And that's the issue. Okay, and he does explain it very clearly. And it is on YouTube. Go to Dr. Peter Glidden, Fire MD. It's very, very informative.
Now, you mentioned in that little statement just a while ago about acidity. Explain to our audience the difference between an acidic body and an alkaline body, and what are the problems with an acidic body?
Well, alkaline comes fruits and vegetables. And what happens is the body has to be at a certain pH level, and when you keep it at a certain pH level, it's more harmonious. It just functions so much better. And so that is your fruits, your vegetables. But it's very difficult to get that pH today, because again, it's not in the foods. And even if you do organic, you still need 60 vitamins a day. You need 16 minerals. You need 12 amino acids. And you need 3 fatty acids. So you're not going to get that in your foods. Now, the problem with the acidity in the body is that when the body is so acidic, now it's going to break down the inflammation. We have the painful joints. We have all these things. And even taking medication on a regular basis, you will get these issues with too acidic, too much acid in the body. Too much acid in the body, the sodas, the sugars, the wheat, rye, oats, and barley, all those things will have a negative effect on the body, because you can't balance it out, because the foods that you're eating will not allow it. You need more other things in your diet.
So many people can go online and find out what foods are above 7 pH would be in the more alkaline levels?
You can, but the other thing also is with your diet is the food being absorbed in the body? So that's a whole nother issue in itself, because if you have the wheat, rye, oats, or barley, what it does is that it actually coats the intestines, the small intestine specifically, then it cannot go where it has to go. So that's why it goes back to, again, you need 90 essential nutrients that can help the body to do what it has to do to heal itself.
So the wheat, rye, oats, and barley are considered gluten?
Yes, those are considered good for the body. Just as well as a lot of people eat fried foods, and there's something called acrylamide in the fried foods, which breaks down in the body, and it causes cancer, as well as it creates a lot of inflammation in the body. And in this society, people love fried chicken, fried French fries, any kind of stir fried. All those things break down in the body, and it's not a healthy state. And then we complain about, why do we have this ache, why do we have this pain? Yes, it looks good, it smells good, and tastes good, but it will make you dead little by little.
So basically, Western medicine is geared toward people who want a quick fix toward their medical and health issues?
Well, Western medicine doesn't give the full picture. It needs to be integrated. So if you have holistic, and they say to eat a certain kind of way, put in the 90 essential nutrients, and you blend it, and then little by little you can reduce the amount of Western medicine, so you are healthier, care itself once it needs in it.
We're going to end this segment and take a break. Yvonne Redwood, a registered nurse and holistic healthcare practitioner.